Welcome along to Added Time. We're here for some post-match reaction after that draw finished Watford 0, Sheffield United 0 here at Vicarage Road. So joining us, Seb Prödl, welcome along, and Tommy Smith, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Did you enjoy that?
What, the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tense.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Some positives, I'm sure, to take from the game.
Yeah.
3 great chances, so what might have been.
Yeah.
But, look, you've got to. It's a building process this season at the moment, how it looks.
Yeah.
So, yeah, stepping stone in the right direction.
Yeah. Loads to talk about. First things first, though, great to see you back out there. What was it like being back out there?
It was a good feeling. I think I suffered a lot last couple of months with my injury and the whole process of coming back. So I'm glad to be back in the team, back in the rotation, back in the battle for the spaces in the center half position. I think personally I'm glad to be back. My personal situation, but I'm not glad with the result today because it was a strange game. It was very obvious that we wanted the clean sheet. And we sometimes forgot about scoring a goal. We had clear chances to do it, but missed them. But altogether, it didn't feel like the game we were wishing to have today.
Right.
So yeah, we suffered to get this point, and we will keep doing positive things to improve because it's not the way we want to play in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think I totally agree basically with everything you've just said there. Do you think there was that feeling in the dressing room that those opportunities, I mean, there was 3 real opportunities, Danny Welbeck's chance, Craig Dawson's header towards the end, and Andre with that earlier chance. You felt you were really ruining those missed opportunities?
Yeah, the one side of the medal is the missed opportunities, which are hard to take, but the other side is more the process of us getting an improvement into our game, which feels worse to me than the missed chances. Like that, we need an improvement. We need more pressure. We need more high pressure. We need to create more chances. We need to be more demanding. We need to be more upfront on the front foot. Get the crowd in. That's what me missed, and that's what I feel like. That's why I don't feel great after this game, and not because of the missed chances. You always miss chances, but the more you create, the more chances you have to score.
What do you make of what Seb's saying, Tommy?
Yeah, completely agree. The team looks a bit low on confidence. That's how they seem to me. So
is that fair to say, Seb?
I wouldn't say, yeah. At some point, yes, but on the other hand, I would say first thing was get a clean sheet, and we knew we got our chances, which was obvious today what we had, and we proved it. If we take the chances, everyone said we had the right match plan. We didn't take the chances, so it was like a little bit something was missing. I agree.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's not easy to play against Sheffield United with the way they play. They revolve their positions very well, so it's something new. I guess it's a very different system to what you're used to playing. So it was never going to be that easy for you today. I think possibly they got too many crosses in, particularly first half, that meant you were defending more than you should have been, I think. But yeah, like you say, there were 3 great chances today. So one of those goes in. We're talking about a different story at the end of the game, of course. We're talking 3 points, and it's fantastic, and probably papers over the cracks a little bit, but yeah, that's the Premier League. It's tough.
I was about 2-3 metres from Chris Wilder, and he just kept shouting, cross the ball, cross the ball. I mean, what was it like for you as these balls were sort of flying in that first half?
Yeah, we discussed it even before the game that we need to stop their crosses because this is where the danger is from. And we had to discuss it, unfortunately, at halftime again because there were too many crosses first half. I mean, I think we defended them well. They hadn't had a big chance to score first half, but it was very clear that we need to defend these crosses way better. We did second half better. We went more on the front foot second half. Didn't always succeed, but yeah, I agree completely with you that Sheffield is a very tough opponent because very uncommon how they play, very unusual with 3 in the back, changing a lot of positions. We knew that, but in the end, all that matters is the result, and I think it was a little bit too less today.
Will it bring confidence that we do now have this clean sheet in the bag?
I do hope so. I mean, we need to. It looks like we need to start with small steps.
It's all about building on it today, really.
In order to get some big steps, some big points. I always knew, and we also like had it the last years, that we had hard fights against these promoted teams rather than established teams. We always played better, and today was a similar game. We knew it before the game, and that's exactly how it turned out to be.
As a former Hornets attacking player yourself, what was it like sort of watching it play out from that point of view and the missed opportunities that we did have?
Yeah, I think as a forward you're always a bit more critical of your the people that play in your position. I think it's very easy when you're standing in the stand watching.
Yeah. Do you find yourself sort of like jolting as if you?
Well, I think you always put yourself in their boots. Look, I know what it's like. I've missed absolute sitters when I played. You've missed one-on-ones. You don't do it on purpose.
Yeah.
It happens. I think for someone like Danny Welbeck who needs minutes.
Yeah.
You know, everything's important for him at the moment. So I think he gets that chance in 2 weeks' time once he's played a bit more football. I'm sure he's going to be scoring it. You know, and that's
a great save. But
it was.
We have to say.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree. It was a good save, but I think if I was Danny, I'd be disappointed. I'm sure he's disappointed in there. You'd always want to score in that situation. Likewise for Andre. The ball skidded into him. They're not as easy as they look, those, but again, he'll be really disappointed he's missed those. So, I'm not going to be overly critical, but I'm sure they will be of themselves.
Yeah.
But it happens. You just got to make sure you put that away, and the next one that comes along, you do score.
Bringing it back to you then, what's gone on? Looked like your hamstring.
Looked like a hamstring injury. I pray and I hope it's not too bad. It was a long time I was out, so I think also my body needs to adapt as well to this kind of level. I think I did the first 60 minutes I did well. I felt well. I managed the defense well. So altogether, I'm very blessed to be back. Of course, this is a little struggle now, but I know how to fight myself back.
So do you think perhaps the decision to come off was damage limitation came into the equation? You didn't want to make it any worse.
Yeah. I think in the end it turns out like this.
What about Craig Dawson? Because he had to come in your place, and that must be difficult to sort of go in like that when you got half an hour from getting a clean sheet.
Yeah, it's the worst to come on as a defender because normally this kind of changes doesn't happen, and I think he did well so far as I saw, and he had a great chance in the end by his header to get this goal in, to get the win. But it's never easy to come on as a defender because especially now adapting to a new system, we always played with 4 in the back, now we played with 3 in the back. So I think he managed well.
Yeah. Going into international break then, when we're sort of struggling the way we are, is a break a good thing, or would you prefer to be able to just go again next week and build on this immediately?
Well, we can't change it anyway, so we need to take it as it is and get the best out of it. I think to train hard is one key, and to rest as well, get the mind off, get some days off is also a key. There's both sides, and I think that's what we should do. I think on the one hand we are struggling, on the other hand we can take out some positives, and we should combine this and get all our strength back to that away game in Tottenham.
Yeah. How much have you been watching of Watford this season? What do you sort of make of the general situation in terms of being at the wrong end of the table?
Well, I think everyone would have looked at the first 2 or 3 fixtures and thought that's a good start for the club. They all winnable games, so I'm sure Seb will agree. It's a disappointing start. Would have liked more points, particularly now we've gone into a run of tough fixtures with not many points behind us. So you're suddenly playing catch up, which in this league's really tough. You don't want to try and be fighting your way up the table. And Watford have managed to do that the last 3-4 seasons. They've always started well, found themselves at the top of the table and managed to keep that form and momentum going. So look, they are where they are, and it's frustrating. The squad's better than the performances and the points that they've got in the table at the moment. So it's still early. New managers come in, so there's going to be some new ideas that I'm sure they're going to have to take on and put into practice. Again, getting 2 weeks off now is probably quite a good thing with the players that are staying. Get to work a little bit with the manager and get to know each other a bit better to try and implement that. And I'm sure with the players who've got the experience, it will just it won't be easy, but there's a long way to go. So I'm sure they'll work their way back up the table with the quality they've got.
Just finally then, to wrap up, the general message from today, disappointed perhaps it wasn't all 3 points, but is there a feeling now there is something to build on here?
I do have the feeling we need to finally face reality and face this situation properly. I mean, we're bottom of the table. We've got 2 weeks to think of it now. We have to take a deep breath, face reality, and get all the experience in and all the willpower to turn the things around.
All right, well, we will leave it there. That's it from us on Added Time. Tommy, Seb, thanks ever so much for your time this evening. Keep an eye out for more reaction on the club's social media channels, but we will be back in 2 weeks' time from the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium for more Added Time. Thank you.
Click here for more videos.